Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on my program. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you are joining me from any part of the world, I thank you very much for your contributions on this channel. Please kindly subscribe if you have not subscribed, and also click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. In this channel, I bring information to your doorstep. I bring news from all channels, from every angle. Things that have to do about the world, things that have to do about Africa, more especially Nigeria. I bring it to your doorstep. Some information that you ignore, some information that you cannot be able to come across, I look for them, I bring it to your doorstep for you to see. Every video you see on this channel is for educational purpose, to keep you up and get you aware of what is happening in the contraction called Nigeria, more especially. I bring the information to your doorstep. They are not lies. Most of the videos you're going to watch here are videos that are coming from the conventional media, and some of us sometimes are lazy to get into it. Some of us sometimes are too busy to be able to lay our hand on this. That is why I bring the videos to your doorstep. Watch from beginning to the end. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes, so that you can be educated and know what is going on. Let us watch together. At the end, you can go to the comment section and put down your comment. Give your opinion. Say it the way you feel it. Nobody's going to come against you. It's a free world, and this is the social media where people say it and set the record straight exactly the way it is without being controlled. Do that on the comment section. Let us watch the video together as it comes. Thank you.
So let us take it from the angle of Malami now.
Yes.
The things he has actually said and stated legally, do you think it still stands? And do you think that the court has actually, they said has the court really released Nnamdi Kanu?
Well, the court will always only make an order.
Okay.
It always depends on the executive to obey the order. A law-abiding executive will immediately obey the order. Even if you want to appeal against it, you will immediately obey the order of the courts. So if we still give them the presumption, because one of the things I think the legal practitioners, disciplinary committee ought to do in this country is to learn to hold attorneys general to the law. They unfortunately, many of them constitute one of the biggest lawless set of lawyers in this country. They think that being attorney general makes you to be above the law. I thought that would have made you to be an example, a paragon of obedience to the law. Many of our attorneys general at the state level, at the federal level, are lawless. And they think it's a pride. They carry with some chink on their shoulders, and moving to court, some of them treat judges with disdain and all that. So it's unfortunate. So, but I believe let Malami understand this time he's getting to the twilight of his position as Attorney General. Let him use the opportunity to try to put a shine to his otherwise very poor image as Attorney General by obeying, asking them advising them to immediately release him and all that. And again, of course, now the Kanu's lawyer will know that he has given hints. They may be at the gate of the prison to wait and arrest him again. That's unfortunately what our Attorney Generals advise their governments to do.
So you think you foresee this happening?
Yeah, I foresee it happening. He has already given hint. The other cases are there, pre-rendition matters. So I foresee that they just bring him out of maybe Kuje prison, if it's that's where he is. As he's getting to the gate, they say, well, obey the order of court. Then the pressman go away. Then the next time they arrest him, you know, here, now they have been arrested. They ask him what he said for the pre-rendition issue, the water for which he fled outside the country. Though, of course, Nnamdi Kanu still had a charge before Justice Nyako, which he must face and defend to the end. Maybe that, but I think that should go under the Justice Nyako had granted bail. That issue of bail where Senator Abaribe and the rest stood in for him, that has been sorted out. If the court did not revoke the bail, then he should go and continue. If the court revoked the bail, then Nnamdi Kanu should get to his hand and be told that he's going to serve the order of detention by the court for jumping bail or being forced to jump bail. That's a matter that we tried again and find whether he was forced, as we all know. Army came and raided his house and he managed to escape. If that be the case, then court should reinstate his bail and all that. But whatever happens, my fear is that, as usual, as he's coming out of this one, they wait at the gate and arrest him again.
Okay, but what would this really tell of our system, our judicial system, if that really happens?
No, in terms of a system where the respect for rule of law is based on discretion of the executive. It is a system where lawlessness is still a very strong factor. In terms of a system where the court is ridiculed on the daily basis by those who should honor its decisions And that's been happening very, very often. Sometimes even private lawyers, senior lawyers at that, we treat the court with disdain. And that's not good for the image of the country. And that's what those who are saying, we want international investors, we want international respect. The people are not going to look at you by what the executives say. They look at you by what the courts say, what the courts decide, and your reaction to court decision. That's how the world knows whether you're a serious country or not. If you're a country where the court, no matter how lowly the court is, takes a decision and you obey it implicitly and explicitly, they know it's a serious country they can rely upon. So we know, because everybody knows that offenses and disputes will arise in any country. And then people expect that when they arise, you take them to courts, duly constituted courts. And when people, you go through the due process of trial, and when decision is taken, you obey it. Once anybody knows that's the quality of a nation, they take that nation serious. If you don't, you destroy your nation while claiming to want to bring respect for it, which is what many of our attorney general have done for their states and for the nation. Yes, by being not abiding by decisions of courts.
So you talked about attorney generals have become so really flamboyant with the authority and the position in which they occupy in the state. What gives rise to this, and what makes them so? What gives them the effrontery to carry out and do the things they do with their position?
Well, you know, I as a law lecturer, I tell my students that there's a big war that has always been on in every nation. The battle or the war between rights and power. And that, you see, in the advanced countries, rights overrides power. That's why a president can resign for the death of one citizen in advanced countries. A president can come to the open or public television and apologize for one little child. I mean, we saw Biden apologizing kneeling down, apologizing to the son of George Floyd. But in the third world country, Nigeria, if happened to be a typical case, power overrides. That's why when our governor is passing now, everybody on the road is chased away. When the president is coming, we shut down every business. Go home. Don't even come and greet him. And so anything can happen. People die. The president won't talk. It doesn't bother him because that's talking about rights, human rights, right to life. It doesn't matter to our people in Africa. In Nigeria, it's the worst case scenario. So power doesn't matter. So when people attain position of power, especially in the executive, they begin to act, I mean, as if God is even weaker than them. And quite unfortunately, for those of us who are teaching, I keep advocating that we need to begin to teach our law students in particular, because they are the most disappointing set of people in government. True. When it comes to obeying law. Yes, our lawyers who are in government are proven to be the most lawless. I'm saying it, I'm 35 years in the profession, and I've been practicing every day of it. So they are the most lawless in the government, most of them. So we need to begin to teach them in the law faculties that we are not only teaching you law to use as an instrument to serve others. We are teaching you law that you should be the paragon of obeying law. You should be the best example of what it means to live by law. We are teaching you law so that when it is the time to renew your papers, renew them. When the police stops you on the road, rightfully, obey them. And if they do it wrongly, go to the court. And you yourself, if you're in a position of authority, walk by the law. Don't act rashly. But quite unfortunately, when many lawyers in Nigeria get into office, every law they learn, even they want to defend them, others they don't. But I think because we have not internalized in them the quality of being law abiding. So a person, because the attorney general is excellency, what do you want me to do? So if the governor wants him to kill, he will kill and come and use the microphone of the state and say, Governor, it cannot be wrong. That man is a criminal. You see police now, police will arrest somebody and kill people, and the commissioner of police will be kicking the body on the ground. My gallant man brought this one down. My gallant man shot this one. That's why he's blind. Those are things that make a commissioner of police in another nation. A court have not sentenced him. You bruise him. You kill him. Unless you're saying that it's in self-defense. But they are doing this as trophy. My gallant man at zone this one brought this one down. My gallant man after a shootout, they shot this 10 of them. We went to the village and finished the village because of lawlessness. So we must begin to teach. To me, the next level that law teaching has to be is to teach our students to internalize law. So that law students, when they graduate, will become an example to other students how to obey the law. Is it from the clothes you wear? for attendance to class, obeying of time, and all that. When you internalize that, you show other people example. But our governors today who are lawyers are not doing that. Sometimes many people are blaming the vice president because we're told that being a professor of law and of the constitutional law, so therefore we want to know. We thought you'd be and you show example. And he's trying, but he's just a vice president. But we must begin to show example. Our attorneys general in this country have disappointed. And the time has come when the disciplinary committee, if it is worth its name, will put its feet down. The board of benchers should put its feet down. But unfortunately, this organization have sold out.
You mean the disciplinary committee is compromised?
They are sold out. You can't trust them. The board of benchers, a governor recently gave 500 million to them. They didn't ask, is it in your state budget? They didn't ask, is it within your power to do? Council of Legal Education, my governor built law school. They didn't ask, is it within your power to do? And gave them CFO of people's property that I acquired. And they gleefully took it. Said, thank you very much. If you're a law-abiding person, you will say, no. We can't take this because it's in breach of the law of the state. You don't have the power to do this. We're a federal agency. The law says that the means by which we raise funds. You must raise within that. You don't go and do it another way. But you see, we are in a nation where give me. Nobody abides the law. And I mean, when the governor of Rivers State, for instance, laid the foundation of law school here, or commissioned it, Attorney General was there, Solicitor General was there, Senior Advocate, Chairman of Council of Legal Education, Senior Advocate, Chairman, President of MBA was there, Attorney General of Rivers State, Chief Judge, everyone were there, and illegality was exalted.
But shouldn't it's a law school, so shouldn't they be there?
No, they shouldn't be there because it is a wrong thing to do. Foundation is wrong. This is a federal institution. You're using state funds to do it. So it goes round and round in everything. So we keep paying this price. So, but because the Attorney General's view is that what has power said, I don't care about rights. Nobody cares about rights in this country. So the right of the citizen, whether it is an individual, a community, a whole state, doesn't matter. It's just the power. I have power. I have power to do it. I can command that your house be destroyed now. It will be destroyed. No, but the proper question would have been, do you have rights to do it? So what you are seeing Attorney General of the Federation doing is the same thing. He just has given the hint. Nnamdi Kanu has been discharged by court of appeal, but you sure that Nnamdi Kanu will not be out? May not be out. Because an Attorney General who has claimed power, who sees himself as being above even the Supreme Court, has already given hint of what he will do. So sometimes I feel for the judges. They are so handicapped because today you think a judge has given judgment, and then the public will blame judiciary, not understanding the handicap of the judiciary. So once in a while they take a decision like this, it comes out to the public. When it didn't come out, people say, why didn't the court order him to be released? The court has ordered, but the court has no power to go and release him. Before you know it, the same Attorney General will be giving promotion in the legal profession.
My leader, Atiku Abubakar, is in the northern Nigeria, campaigning for One Nigeria election. In that his campaign, he is telling the North that what you need is not a president from this Igbo. What you need is not a president from Yoruba. That what you need is a president from the northern Nigeria. That is the agenda of the Abuja Declaration of 1989. While Obi is here, praising Atiku and calling Atiku his boss, I want you to see things very deeply.
Atiku is my leader, my boss, and a senior brother. If he invites me for anything, I'll attend. Aspiring does not say I should not keep my relationship that is very cordial and everything. I'm aspiring. But remember, I always say, Atiku is a unifier. He believes in Nigeria. He's a good man.
Did you hear that? He said Atiku is a unifier. Atiku believes in Nigeria. He said it. This is a man that some ignorant youth hold in a very high esteem. The man who come to say Atiku is a unifier. Listen to the Atiku who Obi addressed as a unifier. Listen.
And I have traversed the whole of this country. I know the whole of this country.
I know the whole of this country.
I have built bridges across this country.
I have built bridges across this country.
I think what the average northerner needs is somebody who is from the north.
I think what the average northerner need is somebody who is from the north. That is what Obi, the London boy, addressed as a unifier. A unifier to Obi is somebody who speaks like this. I just want you to see how fake Obi is. I just want you to see how Obi is going to serve the Fulanis. Even if even if he don't become anything, Obi have soiled his hand to be a slave to Fulani. Now, this is a man Obi is telling you he is a unifier. How can Obi make decisions by regarding somebody like this as a unifier? So what Obi is trying to tell you is that if he becomes the president of Nigeria, he will appoint Atiku to become one of the unifier of Nigeria. And the unifier of Nigeria is somebody with such mentality. Listen to him.
The northerner needs is somebody who is from the north and who also understands the other parts of Nigeria. And
what average northerner need is somebody who is from the north and also understand other part of Nigeria. Do you understand?
who has been able to build bridges.
Who have been able to build bridges.
Across the rest of the country.
Who have been able to build bridges across the length of the country. Now, when you hear Atiku talk about building bridges, his bridge to Southeast is Peter Obi. He is not talking about building bridges as in, that he loves Igbos. He is not talking about building bridges that he is going to do something for Biafra. He's not talking about building bridges that he will appoint this and appoint those who believe in the Biafra nation in Nigeria. He's not talking about that. He's talking about those his friends, like Peter Obi, who is running as a president and he is still calling him a boss. That is the bridge Atiku is talking about here. Atiku is not talking about bridge of building roads in Biafra land as Southeast is concerned. Atiku is not talking about opening port in Biafra land as part of the bridges he has built. Atiku is not talking about making sure that Enugu state have embassies, that American embassy is in Enugu state. That is not the bridge Atiku is talking about. Atiku is not talking about that American embassy is in Anambra state. That is not the bridge Atiku is talking about. Atiku is talking about the bridge of Peter Obi from Anambra. Wike, although they are now fighting each other. So it is not disrupting. I don't know where they get, did you hear me say we are going to disrupt election? We are not disrupting any election. We are stopping election from taking place. We are stopping Nigeria from conducting election in Biafra land. That is the word. It is not who is going to disrupt election. Disrupt election, what are we going to gain by disrupting election? What we are saying is that Biafra people have resolved that no election will not take place in Biafra territory. And if you think that that we are speaking for minority, conduct a referendum and let the Biafra people decide who is going to, whether they are going to be part of Nigeria or not. And when we talk about Biafra, when we say Biafra is not going to allow election to hold in Biafra territory, we are not talking about Igbo. We are not talking about Southeast. We are talking about the entire territory of Biafra from the old Eastern region. So if you think that we are talking about, because sit at home is happening mainly on the hinterland of Biafra, you think it is going to be Biafra, you are going to see a shocker of your life. If you think because when we do this civil disobedience is going to happen, you are going to be, oh my goodness, you are going to see a shocker. So tell them, if we are not talking about disrupting election, we are talking about there will be no election in Biafra territory. And it is going to happen. The only thing we are going to allow is a referendum. And this is our right. And we are going to stand by it and fight for it. Until the world will talk. These people that say the only thing they are interested in is in the oil, we will speak in the language everybody will listen to us very soon. And my happiness is that we are not talking about 2 years' time. We are not talking about 3 years' time. We are talking about 150 days' time to come. Very, very close.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have been educated with this video. I hope you have learned something from the video you just watched. Please go to the comment section and put down your comments. Whatever you think about the video you have watched, or anything you have learned that you wanted to share together, go to the comment section and keep yourself busy. It's a free place where people share their opinion. And please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time a video comes out. And also, share the video to your family and friends. Share it to all platforms so that people can get aware of what is happening in the world, mainly in the contraption called Nigeria. We have to keep people on their toe, keep people informed on what is going on. That is exactly what we are doing. Every video you are watching in this channel is for the purpose of education and nothing more. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, bye-bye. See you again.